Hey guys, welcome to Link Skillz. I'm your host Jaeger, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Dragon Ball Seekers team. Now this is a team that I like to call a beginner's team for advancing players. And what I mean by that is that it has a lot of free-to-play cards that make this deck a really good team. And then as you progress through the game and start getting stronger cards, as long as it's a Dragon Ball Seeker, it'll make this team even stronger. Now the first card I'm going to talk about is not a free-to-play card, but it is the reason that I am making this video today. And that's the LR Seekers Trio. Now as my scouter boots up here, this is a 170% attack lead. But it's not just 170% attack, it's also HP and defense. And again, we are seeing a card that has a Ki +4 leader stat. That makes it second next to the LR Siblings card. But unlike LR Siblings, its second leader attack is not as impressive as it having Goku's family. This is Super Intelligence with Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 100%. Now there are some Super Intelligence cards that we can use in this team that I may touch on later. But as you're reading the rest of this card is a self-sufficient card as long as the rest of your team helps it. It has 4 Link skills that are key boosts, including Prepared for Battle, Shattering the Limit, GT, and the Saiyan Lineage. On top of that is the third passive. For every ally you have on your team, if it's a Dragon Ball Seekers, it's going to get an additional key. So someone may need to check this for me, but it's either going to be 6 key or 7 key total that you can get from the passive. With that and all of the Link skills active, with 2 LR Seekers Trio cards, that's a grand total of 21 key. With that key boost so high, you are going to activate the other 2 passives, where you're doing both a super attack and an ultra super attack for a grand total of attack and defense for 154%, plus additional 33% defense after you super. So if you're not doing an ultimate attack with this card every turn, you're doing it wrong. Now this isn't the only leader card in this team. There are 2 others, but they're not 170%. They are, however, free to play, so I like to go over the other 2 cards for all the free to play players out there. And the second best leader is what I like to call the LR Seekers Duo. This is Kid Goku and Arale with the Ki +3 and HP attack and defense plus 77%. This is basically the norm for free-to-play leaders. And as you can see, this card was built for offense instead of Ki. While the trio has 4 Ki links, the duo has 4 attack links plus legendary power, plus 2 Ki link skills, which is Shattering the Limit and the Incredible Adventure. And other than the Penguin Village Adventure link skill, it won't be too difficult to activate all the other link skills, because this card doesn't need Ki boost, it's self-sufficient. Its first passive randomly chooses any Ki sphere that is on the board, and changes every sphere of that type into a rainbow sphere. And whenever this card obtains a Ki sphere, it's going to gain a total of 3 Ki per sphere, plus an additional 30% attack for each sphere as well. And because he doesn't have that many Ki links, you have the option of choosing either his 12 Ki or his 18 Ki super attack. So if you need to seal an enemy, just don't grab those rainbow spheres. And if it being an LR wasn't awesome already, after he attacks and he's in the first slot, he will receive a damage reduction of 30%. And the third leader of this team is the brand new Easy A Goku Jr. Like the Seekers duo, he also has the HP attack and defense plus 77% and the 3 Ki, and he does have a second leader skill, but it is very weak. It's the Intelligence Ki +2, HP attack and defense plus 30%. So if you choose this card as a leader, I would not recommend bringing any intelligence cards into this team that is not already a Dragon Ball Seeker. But if I were going to be completely honest, I would not recommend this card in its entirety. Its link skills are a mess, because there's a 70% chance for an attack and defense boost, his passives are weak, and the only thing that's really going for them is that he is a hybrid Saiyans, and he has the EZA Supreme super attack damage. Now before I get into why hybrid Saiyans is important, let's go and take a look at all of the cards that are available in this team. So as you're looking at this list, you can realize very quickly that there's not that many cards that have EZA Supreme damage or higher. This deck is mostly made of Supreme damage and lower. But even though there aren't that many EZA Supreme damage cards and higher, they're actually easy to obtain because most of them are free to play. And now you can also see why I said that this is a team for newer players advancing to the next level. If you're a newer player, you're most likely or already have obtained all of the Ginyu Force cards. And as you progress through the game and start getting more cards, it's very possible to transition away from the Ginyu Force team and into the Dragon Seekers. All the way up to the point you start getting the summonable cards of this team, including Transforming Frieza, Childhood Lead Kid Ku, and the Seekers Trio. But as I was doing my research for this team, I started to realize the limitation was starting to affect what kind of link partners you can have with the best units in this team. And as you can see here in my top 10 link set list, I only have 8 cards that I found that link well with some of the other cards. And then down at the bottom there is Int Support Giro. And he is the reason I mentioned to have a hybrid Saiyan in your Dragon Seekers team. If I can pull up his information here, in order to optimize Giro, he needs to have an ally that is a hybrid Saiyans, so he can get a Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 60%. That way he can take some hits and do a little bit of damage, and has a better chance of sealing with his super attack. But even without a hybrid Saiyans ally, he will give all Dragon Ball Seeker allies Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 30%. That passive makes him the best support for this team. All the other support cards have either a class or a type requirement, or just simply weaker. So if you're doing a Dragon Seekers team, I highly recommend getting Giro, maxing out his level and his hidden potential system, and then bring a hybrid Saiyans card into the team, which is limited to either Pan, Goku Jr., or Kid Gohan. And as for my last team building note, there are 7 cards there that are optimal in the first slot. Either they have a passive that requires the first slot, or they have an ability that activates that will benefit cards in the second and third slot. So whenever I start building the team, I will pay attention to these particular cards and make sure that I optimize them in the right slot. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start our team build how a new player would probably start playing, building the Ginyu Force team. And the way to best link that team is this way. The way this build works is LR Goku Ginyu is going to try to get off his ultimate super attack, so the rest of the rotation can get his extreme allies get additional 30% attack, and the Goku Ginyu card links with the Ginyu cards. And because I'm putting Goku Ginyu into the first slot, this makes Berter useless. That's why I chose Guldo, Recoome, and Jace as the floaters. And just a reminder, the Ginyu Force team has a 100% leader stat. So if you don't have the Seekers Trio, this is the strongest that you can get your team. If you're building this team and you want it to be all free to play, back in the day, it used to be EZA Kid Gohan, which was the replacement to the LR Goku Ginyu. But in these days, it is now the LR Seekers duo as the better team leads. But unfortunately, the Seekers duo does not link well with the rest of the Ginyu Force team. So if you're still playing with the Ginyu Force cards, this is how I would build a team with the Seekers duo. Guldo and Recoome link very well with each other, and I put Recoome in the first slot just in case that he gets an attack from the very beginning of the fight. He can take that attack and increase his attack by 14% per attack received, and then whenever it's his turn, he can take advantage of those hits and do his super attack for even more damage. And if Raccoon doesn't happen to kill the enemy, Guldo is there to lower the attack and defense of the enemy and attempt to stun them. So whenever it comes into the third turn, that way whenever the third slot comes around and the enemy is still not dead, you're going to get the hard-hitting cards, that is the Seeker's Duo and Int Ginyu. But obviously the Seeker's Duo and the Ginyu Force is not an optimal team set. So if we're going to use the Seeker's Duo as the team leads, I would build the team this way. The Seeker's Duo links well with LR Yamcha. They're going to give each other Ki +4, Attack +30%, an additional 5,000 if one of them supers, plus giving all enemies -10% defense. And childhood lead Kid Ku is going to give that link set Ki +2 and Attack +30%. And as far as the floaters go, Physical Bulma is on there because she links well with LR Yamcha. Not to mention, she will recover HP by gaining Rainbow Spheres or with her super attack. And LR Pan is on here because Gyro needs a Hybrid Saiyans, and she's the best Hybrid Saiyan in the entire team list. Plus, she will also keep this team healthy by recovering HP through her attacking, defending 50% of the time, and having a 25 to 30% chance of stunning the enemy. And once you reach the third turn, she obtains her active skill where you can increase all allies for that turn for 33% attack. But again, this is the non-free-to-play version of the team set. The best combination for the Seeker's Duo in a free-to-play setting is this. So as you can see, I haven't really changed the build too much, except now instead of Physical Bulma, it's now Tech Bulma, because she's the free-to-play version. And instead of LR Yamcha and childhood lead Kid Ku, I've switched them out with Easy A Goku Jr. and Easy A Kid Gohan. Now, understandably, they do not link well with Tech Bulma or the Seeker's Duo, but they do link with LR Pan. And Gohan is going to benefit from any remaining Rainbow Spheres that the Seeker's Duo do not pick up. And I've mostly chosen these two cards because they're free to play and they have Easy A Supreme damage. And there's no other card available that will link with the rest of these cards and have that damage multiplier or higher. But let's go ahead and bring the LR Seekers trio into the analysis, because that's probably what you guys are really here for, right? So for the first link set, the card that links the best with the Seekers trio is Int Giru. Not only they're going to get the ally boost, but the key links that they share is Ki +4, Attack +10%, and the enemy's defense -15%. And as for the second link set, you can have your options of this link partner being Strength Super Saiyan GTQ. While this card does not have the great passes at all, this is going to give the Seekers Trio a 6 key boost from link skills. But if you set this team up correctly, you don't need Super Saiyan GTQ. So then the next card available to activate the Rivals Duo link skill would actually be LR Yamcha. Not only will he activate Rival Duo, he'll also activate Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. Otherwise, the only other available link partners that's going to activate Rival Duo is the Tech Bulma, Physical Bulma, and Intelligence Gohan and Videl. Now, understandably, Gohan and Videl is not a Dragon Ball Seekers card, but it is an Intelligence card, so it's going to get LR Trio's second leader skill. And I'm mostly putting this card in the spotlight because I haven't seen this card get used for anything else in any of my research I have done thus far. So I just wanted to give this cute card a chance. But now, since I mentioned one intelligence card that you can put on this team, here's some other intelligence cards that you can add to this team that not only link well with the Seekers trio, but many of them have ally boosts to help strengthen the whole team. So with the intelligence cards out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and end the video there. Because obviously you can't choose the Seekers trio into a free-to-play build because they're not free-to-play. So here, as I pull up all the other decks that I made in this video, so here in the last slot, I'm just going to put some random cards in there, and this can be another free-to-play option if you want to consider this kind of combination. But I'm going to go ahead and hop on to my next video, which I'm going to present the Artificial Life Forms team build. I'm going to leave a link at the end screen so you guys can follow me to the Artificial Life Forms team build, but before you click that link, go ahead and hit the like button on this video, and if you've already seen the Artificial Life Forms video and you want to see more of them, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications whenever my next video comes out. If you'd like to reach out to me and give me your opinions about either one of these videos, or just want to talk to me, comment down below, or head to Twitter and use my handle @LinkSkillz to follow me and contact me there. I have plans for one more video before the 4th anniversary ends, so keep an eye out for that. Till then, I'm your host Jaeger, signing out, and thanks for watching LinkSkillz.